and welcome to the Heroes of Time podcast, episode 5. I am your host, Brennon and Mckay, and with me is just Mckay writing.
I'm so tired today.
That's it. It's just the two of us today.
I spent so much money today.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh my gosh.
You did.
Friggin' like, truck.
Cars are fun to spend money on, aren't they?
Yeah, well, no, they're not, because it's a lot.
No, yeah, that's a bunch of BS.
And that was only for an oil change and to get it safety and emission and registered and tires. And it was like over $200. I was like, nope.
That freaking sucks.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Complete and utter nonsense. Kind of like our day has been today. Like today we went to Free Comic Book Day after you got all done with that.
Oh yeah, we went to the Provo store.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one where we went to Orem first.
That went fine.
The Dragon's Keep comic book chain that we have in Utah. But the Orem store was fine, and it picked up that cool Metroid.
Yeah, that's 2 years in a row now where I've gotten Metroid artwork from people there. And they're both really cool. That
was decent. And that one we just kind of walked in and out of, but the Provo one had a line like down the block for it. We had to stand there for like 25 minutes. And I was parked at the bank, and I was hoping my truck wasn't going to get towed the whole time.
Yeah.
And by the time we got in the store, I was starting to get really, really irritated because they have the table in the beginning of the store, right when you walk in the door, where they have all of the artists making artwork and stuff for you. So, of course, that's already blocking the line in this tiny store. And I was getting frustrated because people kept stopping right in the middle where you're supposed to go and freaking staring at everything. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose it. Yeah. I'm going to hit somebody. If one more guy stops, I'm going to freaking hit him. And we finally got to the table, grabbed our comics, and then I just freaking booked it out of there.
Yeah,
I left. I was gone.
I took a second longer to decide on what I was going to end up getting. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, Mckay's gone.
Yeah, I went out the back door and I was like, nope, I have to get out of here. And then I didn't know where you were. I thought you were just standing in there looking around.
I looked around in the shop. Was like, did he just go over here or go over there? And
no, I got out of there. I was so done.
Yeah, I realized you were gone. I'm like, oh, okay, he's gone. So I just kind of went out the front door and then walked, and then seen that you weren't even at the bank. I'm like, oh, he's really freaking gone. Like,
yeah, I was gone.
You were out of there.
Well, I was waiting for you, so I pulled my truck around to the parking lot and found a space that was open. And then, like, I was trying to call you like 4 times, and I was like,
well, and then my phone had no service like it usually does, and then finally it did, and then once it did, then your call finally went through. What's up, The Rock?
The Mummy Returns is on TV.
Weird. Yeah.
CG Rock.
CG Rock with freaking hair. That's weird. It is really strange to see, and that's so bad CG.
He looks so young.
Oh, anyways.
Yeah, so I was done, and then we went to Panda, of course. The Panda King went to Panda. So
yeah, Panda. That's always good.
That guy walked in on me in the bathroom.
He did.
Yeah,
you don't know how to lock doors.
It was locked. It's those dumb locks with the button that you push in the handle, which apparently doesn't work because I had to pee like Seabiscuit, and the guy just I just hear somebody open the door, and all I could say was "whoa," and then he's like, I closed the door. I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I just went "whoa," like kind of turned around a little bit. It's like, well, if he sees it, yes, he just sees. So
oh my gosh!
What else can you do? But
whoa,
I'm not gonna turn around and hit him, But
yeah,
man, I was going full speed at that point, so. So apparently that door lock doesn't work.
Yeah.
But some dude just walked right in there and saw me peeing, but, that's fine.
Well, there you go. Before we go too far into all the normal BS we do, I was going to say, we're probably just going to go with a shorter episode, a shorter normal episode and stuff, and then at the end of that, we're going to split off into like sort of like an Avengers Age of Ultron Spoilercast. We were planning on doing it with all 4 of us, but Jacob and Emily couldn't be here. I guess they're like at some birthday party or something, so they're gone today, but we all went and saw that last night. And we'll get into that a little bit later. And we'll kind of give you a heads up on when that's actually going to happen so you don't get anything spoiled if you haven't seen it yet. But that should be fun because that movie was great. But back to what we're doing. Yeah, the day was kind of crazy. But yeah, now we've just been chilling out here for a little while, and then.
Well, it's funny because I went to the tire place and got my winter tires switched off, which turned out to be really, really old tires.
Oh.
And because they came with the truck when I bought it like last year and a half ago.
Right.
How long ago that was. And then I went to the next place to get a safety and emissions and all that crap, and the girl comes out and she's like, I have to show you something. It's not very good news. And I was like, oh no, like what?
Oh,
and then she went over and turns out there's a nail in one of my tires. I'm not even kidding. The past year, like at work, because I'm a driver for work, I've probably lost 3 tires to nails and screws.
3?
In like irreplaceable spots. Like 2 or 3 maybe, and like 1 repair.
Jeez.
Because there's just apparently so many freaking nails on the road, and I happen to hit.
Is that like on your cars or the ones from your work?
The work car.
Oh.
And then this is the first time it's happened to
but
my
you never
car.
like you don't ever get in trouble for that, do you?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say
because it's not like I'm hammering nails
right.
into it myself. Otherwise,
no, I was gonna say I don't know if they were just crazy or something. But
my boss would be pissed. Well, he gets mad anyways because the
yeah.
department has to buy a new tire.
Right,
but,
right.
You know.
No, that sucks. I had to get a new. What was that, like 2 months ago or something? I had a nail get stuck in my tire, and it was on the inside. I don't know how it got there. It was like on the inside, but in the middle of the tire or whatever. It was really crazy.
Well, depending on where you got it is depending on whether it's repairable or not. Usually, if it's on the sidewalls, you just have to get new tires.
Yeah, I definitely did. I just got to use one, so I didn't have to pay too much. So that was kind of nice, but yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. You had to freaking unload all your freaking cash on your car today.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, today's been nuts. What else have we done? Well, I guess we can probably get into the games and stuff. What we've been playing. I don't know what you've been playing this week.
I don't even think I've played anything. I've just been watching Buffy. Because Buffy.
You need to get through that. Because you need to watch that Rebel show.
I got like 5 more seasons, so.
And then I need to get through Avatar, because that show's great too. I will probably do some more of that this week. This past week's just been freaking insane for me. Like I haven't had time to do anything.
The past month has been like crazy for me.
Yeah. I think so. If you didn't play anything, I'm trying to think what I played. Oh yeah, no, I actually played. Probably the thing I played most was Destiny. So like last night after we got back from the movie,
yeah,
I got on and I was like, really wanted to play some Destiny. And I was working on some bounties and stuff, and I was playing that. And
that was like midnight last night too.
Yeah, I was up to like almost 2 playing it, but I played I think a little bit of just like some free roam stuff, and then I actually played like probably 3 or 4 online matches, but it was crazy, dude. I haven't played online Destiny for freaking a good like 3-4 months or something like that. I think since last time I actually played an actual match.
I think I've only played the Crucible like twice.
Yeah,
I don't really like it.
I like it, but it was crazy though, because I got on there and I just dominated. I don't know what it was. I seriously was getting the highest score on both teams, and I was playing Control because I was working towards. That's what my bounties were, but I was having fun. It's good. I kind of miss that game. I had fun playing that some more, and I'm probably.
Are you just having strokes all day?
All day.
With your ex-cop?
It's just, yeah, don't worry about it.
Your ex-cop?
Yeah. I can't even, what was I going to say, Black Ops or something? I forget. I don't know.
You're just mixing words. You've been drinking.
Yeah, no, yeah, he threw me off. I plan on playing some more Destiny this week, so that's probably one of the things I'll play, and then maybe try and finish Mortal Kombat. I played some of that too, Mortal Kombat X. I was playing the campaign, and I'm like right at the end, where you, like it's like chapter 10. This isn't really spoilers, because I mean you probably know that like you play as Raiden. Like I'm like the 10th chapter. I think it's the last chapter, but I just started out as playing as him, and I stuck with Raiden. But he's cool though, so it's nice.
We actually just watched Mortal Kombat today. The movie Mortal Kombat with
that classic film.
Yeah, because we had the comedy button commentary for it, so we had to watch that. It was pretty great. Yeah, you gotta go listen to the commentaries from the comedy button. They're great.
If you haven't listened to their commentaries for their movies that they do, for like they just have a bunch now. They probably have like 20 of them now or something. They have a ton.
Oh, I don't think they have that.
Some
many. There's like 10,
they
10
got
12 maybe.
Because if you count the Game Spider briefings ones they used to do, like they had like 2 or 3 from then. I want to say.
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe they just had 1. I don't know. Either way, they got a bunch. My favorite one though, or my favorite 2 probably out of all the ones they did were the Ninja Turtles.
That one was great.
Secretly Used one, and then they did Home Alone 2, and that one was really good.
Well, I watched the Never Ending Story one the other day.
Yeah,
Never Ending Story was a great one. That's a great movie. Oh my gosh! So that reminds me, I was getting my oil changed and everything, and the place I was at was playing Labyrinth on their TV in the waiting room.
Oh yeah, you said that to me.
And
I was like,
I was sitting in there with this guy, and the whole time he's just sitting here going, "What is this?
I've never seen Labyrinth.
What is this movie? It's a great
Isn't
movie.
Is it David?
It's David Bowie, and
yeah,
he dresses like he does, and then this guy just goes, "Wow, they've really got David Bowie in his element here." He's like, "This is weird. I do not know what's going on."
Wow.
And he's like, and there's these parts. The part when the girl is. It's the part when, spoilers, Pluto is like hanging from the rope or whatever, and he's this big like Sasquatch-looking creature, and these little tiny troll guys are like torturing him with these goofy lizard things on sticks, and she starts throwing rocks at him, and they keep like bumping into each other, and like accidentally he just goes, they act exactly like my employees. And I was like,
this guy was he talking to himself?
No, he's like talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I was the only one other in there, but he's just like, because when I got there was a couple other people, but he's just like, what
I was just
is
like commentating the movie to himself or something.
Well, nobody knew what the movie was. Like, these guys were like, what is this movie? Like, I have no idea. And I was like, it's Labyrinth. And they just looked at me like, he knows. Like, why does he know this? And I was like,
you know this movie?
it's fine. I saw it a couple of years ago for the first time. I mean, but it's a funny movie, and this guy was just weirded out. And he's like, and the lady came back. She's like, "Oh, your car's almost done." And he's like, "I might have to stay and finish watching this movie because it was so crazy for him." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh,
wow!"
It was so funny though. This guy was he's just sitting like this, like, you know, forward in his chair, just like watching it, like, what the crap?
Yeah,
like freaking out. It was so funny.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie. The freaking box art for that movie is just insane.
It's a pretty good movie. Like, in a really weird way.
I honestly have no... if I tried to tell you what that movie was about, I could not, for the life of me, tell you. Like, it is...
David Bowie is wearing spandex, and...
It's just, yeah, it's in space?
And there's a labyrinth.
Is it in space? It looks like it's in space.
I want to say it's at least another dimension, so I guess you could say it was in space.
That's all I know, is that it's got David Bowie dressed up like a crazy person, and it's in space.
I don't know. If Jacob was here, he could tell you all about that movie.
Really?
He knows about it. He knows more about it than I do. Wow. I think he was the one that showed me that movie. That one and... I
used to see it in Blockbuster all the time. I'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, that one and The Dark Crystal. That one.
Oh, that was another one.
That one I think we watched at his house like at 3 o'clock in the morning once.
Oh, but, wow.
You know, that was back when I could actually stay up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. Very
nice.
Do you know what? I guess if you're ever on drugs, watch those movies because your head will probably explode.
Probably.
But you know,
maybe I don't know. Set up some protection so you don't just ruin everything around you. Like, you just stain your couch, you know?
Acid-proof your house.
Acid-proof your house.
But,
yeah, no, that's crazy. That's fun stuff, Labyrinth. At Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, the Jiffy Lube.
But, yeah, I think I played Mortal Kombat. I really didn't play much else at all. Didn't play a lot this week because, yeah, like I said, it was crazy. Crazy for all of us. But, yeah, I think that's it for games. That was a quick little game segment. But
well, I did play the adventure game Go to Winco and Buy Burritos the other day.
Winco?
Yeah, Winco, and I bought burritos and
like what, frozen burritos?
Yes, because I'm lazy.
Dude.
And ice cream. Man, I was not prepared to go shopping. Okay, I didn't have a list. I didn't know what to get.
Oh man, but it's frozen burritos, dude.
Hey,
like
they're good for quick.
I can't. I just can't. I'm too. I don't know. I'm way too picky with that kind of stuff. That's just gross to me. Like I've had it before. Like I can't.
They're not bad.
Being a Mexican and having legit Mexican food, like for as long as I have. Hey, I only look white, but
I'm darker on the inside.
I'm darker on the yeah. No, yeah, I don't know. I can't stand frozen burritos. I don't know.
That reminds me, I need to remember to stop by Walmart on my way home and get sunscreen.
What for?
Because I'm white. No, because no, I don't know.
You're getting sunburned from driving?
Only on one arm, though.
Oh, jeez. Well,
if you look, my left arm.
Well, that's a legit thing that can happen. Lately,
yeah, my
I've been
left
driving
arm
and if I have my window down, it's just like burning my arm.
Yeah, well, I do it all day, so my left arm is way darker than my right arm, and it burns like there. I have a tan line really bad, and I was like, is it? I asked my coworker. I was like, is it too white for me to get sunscreen to drive? And he's like, nope. Nope. But, yeah, it was just funny. Anyways.
Yeah, Winco.
Winco's
I've been there once. It was pretty...
Oh, you could buy...
nice there,
you could buy
if I remember. If that's where I went.
You could buy candy in bulk.
It's kind of legit.
It's a cool store.
It's a weird store. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's like not Walmart, but it's not Costco.
It's like a mix, but it's a really great store, and they have tons of candy and, like, grains. Well, you know, I went to... When I was
buy your wheat and your...
legumes and baking chocolate. You could buy big blocks of chocolate, like that big, for like baking stuff.
As big as like
blocks of it.
Book.
No, not even kidding. Yeah, and went to Sprouts earlier. That was expensive, so I left. That's like organic farmers
market. That's the one organic place we have here in Utah.
It's like $10 for a pound of cashews there. It's like, no.
Yeah. Well, those are always expensive, dude.
Yeah, not that expensive.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Smiths.
Moving on from the Great Winco talk.
Let's not much has happened at all.
Yeah.
It's been a boring week.
It's been a boring week. Not even just for us, but for news even. But
yeah, it doesn't seem like much happened at all.
I think Avengers totally makes up for that. That was freaking awesome. But before we get to that kind of stuff, I pulled a few things just from IGN before we started recording because I wanted at least to grab something, and it took me a while. I couldn't find. Oh, there's the Beatles. If you didn't get earlier, we were watching like right now on the TV. It's the Mummy
Returns.
Mummy Returns. It's all the crazy stuff's happening right now. Anyways, back to this. So yeah, I grabbed a bunch of random stuff just because I wanted something. And first thing I've got, which I think is pretty cool. There's apparently, you know, the Jump Street movies, 21 and 22.
Yes.
They're apparently going to be doing a female-centric movie, is what it says. So I don't know who would be the two stars, but I think that'd be kind of cool. If they get the right people, that could be a really funny movie.
Is it going to be Melissa McCarthy
and
Drew Barrymore
Hopefully
or something? Because
Drew Barrymore's fine, but Melissa
McCarthy she seems to be in everything lately.
In far too many things lately.
Drew Barrymore needs to come back. Blended was kind of funny though.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought
it was pretty solid.
Yeah,
it was one of the better Sandler movies in a while, so that's why I liked it. But
you know, I have that statue.
What statue?
The one on top of the pyramid.
I missed it. Oh yeah, it's like a scorpion.
Yeah, he's holding up a giant pillow-sized diamond.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, no. So that's one thing.
That's real.
I forget. I've got like a few news things. So that's one thing. Let's move on to this other bit that says. Oh, it's just talking about the newly announced game Yooka-Laylee. And I don't know. I forget how much. Have you ever really played Banjo?
No.
No. So I played it. Like I rented it a bunch as a kid, and I liked it a lot. I've never owned it. I actually do own it now on the 360 because they re-released them, and so I picked it up on that not too long ago. But they're really cool. I really like Banjo, and I really like 3D platformers like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie. You know, but there's even a bunch like on PlayStation. But like I feel like they're totally kind of gone and dead. Like there's not very many of them. Mario's like really one of the last few that is like kind of the old school like types of 3D platformers, and so I think it's really cool that this is happening right now. They're making Yooka-Laylee, that's what they call it, and it's just like this little lizard dude or a chameleon or something like that, and then like a bat. So and it totally plays like Banjo-Kazooie because like you're just running around and then the little bat is like on your back and you can like kind of float around and fly a bit and just jump around, and it looks really cool. There's like a little bit of a gameplay type trailer thing released where it showed you a tiny bit, but they did a Kickstarter, and this is just based right now. I'm just running off memory, but they did a Kickstarter. It started May 1st, which was yesterday, and they hit their goal of like a few 100,000. No. Yeah, it was like, I think it was just like a few 100,000 they needed to make the game. Because it's a bunch of ex-Rare devs that were on like the old school like GoldenEye, Banjo days. So you know it's going to be freaking awesome. But they hit their goal in 40 minutes of posting their thing, and they have a whole month to do the Kickstarter. So it's really cool that it got funded already, and that should be really cool. So I'm excited for that because I kind of miss those types of games. There's not very many of them these days. There's only like 2D stuff, but that's fine. We need some more 3D ones. But yeah. You have any thoughts on that, McKay?
No.
No?
I honestly wasn't listening half the time.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just so...
I'm just solo running this podcast at this point.
Yeah, at least today. Well, we just watched the Black Ops 3 trailer, or at least I did for the first time.
Yeah.
And the only thought that I had on it was, that looks like Chappie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know why. That was a great movie. I mean...
I still haven't seen Chappie.
That's good. See that. Neil Blomkamp.
Sure.
I like his movies.
He's pretty good. I've liked all his stuff so far. I just haven't seen Chappie, though.
Chappie's one of my... I'd have to say that's one of my favorite movies that's in theaters right now, besides The Avengers. The Avengers was pretty good. And Kingsman. Kingsman was really great.
Kingsman. Apparently there's rumors that they're doing a second one of that. Because I think it did well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but...
It was a good movie.
You were stoked on that movie.
I liked it. I'm stoked all about it.
Yeah.
All over it.
All over that movie.
Stoking all over it.
Another... So, wait, hold on. Let's see what I want to end on first. Let's go... We'll end on the Zelda stuff. So, next up, though, is... And I know a lot of people talked about this already. I've already listened to a bunch of podcasts, but still, like we kind of talked about this. I think it was last week it was like last week. We were kind of talking about like all the BS DLC stuff, and just kind of how crazy it's gotten at this point.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of bums me out that so Arkham Knight comes out June 23rd or whatever, but they announced their season pass and what's going to come with it.
Season passes are so stupid.
Yes, they are. And they announced that it's going to be $40. So that's 2/3.
So a whole game. They're just buy a new game. Just.
I know, and so that's $100 if you want to see all the content from this game, and that's not even released yet. They haven't even released.
How about you release the game first?
Right. That's how I feel. But so they announced that it's $40 for it, and it says it comes with new content every month for 6 months, featuring new story missions, more supervillains invading Gotham City, new legendary Batmobiles, advanced challenge maps, alternate character skins, and new drivable racetracks. So, yeah, like I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I know Arkham Knight on its own is going to be like a huge game and it's going to be awesome. I'm not going to feel like it's missing anything necessarily. I know it'll be great. Like, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I'm going to love it. But at the same time, I really just don't like hearing about all this like DLC stuff like way beforehand.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
kind of a big spoiler, kind of, honestly.
I don't know. Like, I just really, I don't know, it bums me out. Like, and especially when it's so much, like $40. I mean, yes. And like that article even said, like that we read, I think the last podcast about the DLC was just saying kind of like it does help the devs like actually get money. Like, yeah, it's one of the best ways to make money off of a game, but which is good if you want the game, the like studio to be staying alive and making more games. But still, like I don't know, I feel like there are 100% better ways to handle DLC, and then also just $40. Like, that's crazy. And, oh yeah, that was the other thing. They were like promoting, like acting like it was a good deal, saying that there's this like premium edition or something that's $100 and it comes with the season pass. But they were just kind of it was weird because they're like oh yeah, but if you want to get the season pass or if you want to get the premium edition, it comes with the season pass and it's only $100. So it's only it's the same price as just getting them both separate. It was kind of weird.
Get your parents' credit cards.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were doing away with season passes.
I wish.
Or was that
the online pass?
Online pass. That's what it was.
That was.
Did they officially?
And I actually was a huge fan of that. Like, say what you want. A lot of people hated those things.
I don't like that either.
I
honestly.
loved it. Just
the only
I loved the idea that it was giving developers money that they weren't getting otherwise if people were buying used games. And
the only reason that is a good reason. The only reason I've ever used an online pass was because I got Mass Effect 2, and it came with one, like the code or whatever.
Oh,
that
right,
is
right,
the
right.
only time I've ever gotten one.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a short period of time. It was only like it was like 3 years when they were like just in everything, and then the last year and a half they vanished because people just stopped doing it because everyone hated it. But I liked season passes just because it totally was helping. It was the main purpose of it, I felt, and it seemed like what developers would even come out and say was just that it was a way to kind of help them get money from the people who are buying their games used when they would get no money from that, and like GameStop would just be like reaping in all the freaking like money they get from used game sales and stuff. And so I don't know, but yeah, those are gone. But season passes are freaking bigger than ever now, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse than it's already gotten. I don't know, we'll see. The last thing I had here, and it's kind of another ranty type thing that just really kind of made me mad for a while now, because Nintendo on their Club Nintendo thing, which ended now, it's dead. No, it's either dead or nearly dead. I forget.
I don't really know what it is.
Club Nintendo is the service they had when like you'd buy a new game or a new system or something. You'd just go to their site and you'd redeem that game or new system for like coins, and like when you got a bunch of coins you could spend it on like anything, like from like digital games for your systems or like physical cool look things. Like that's where I got one of these. I'm gonna show Mckay. It's just a little like 3DS card case. Like that's where I got stuff like this, and it holds a bunch of 3DS games. You can't buy this anywhere.
I can.
Like you can't. Well, you can buy it on eBay, but
no.
They had all kinds of stuff like that. I forget what else I got from them, but there's a bunch of cool things. But when it was up and running, and even up until it's dead now, like they were always offering freaking every other territory but the U.S. lists all the really cool stuff, and it was just really crappy because like they would get so many cool like statues and just all kinds of really cool stuff. And it was just announced the other day when they released this really cool like Majora's Mask. Like it's like a little stand, but it's just a Majora's Mask that's like standing up and it lights up. It's like a cool little light up mask, and it was really really awesome looking. But they put it out, I think, at least in Australia and Europe, maybe even in Japan, and then they just didn't even give it as an option for the US. And that's just been happening for a long time now, and it just sucks. But like I don't know. Club Nintendo sucks that it's kind of going to be gone, but I just really hope it gets replaced by something much, much better. Because they said they will be, but hopefully it's more equal support across all the territories. Because of being in U.S. and the last while dealing with all the different things we weren't getting, it's kind of
It doesn't seem like we get anything good.
And not only, I don't know. There's all kinds of, well, that's the other thing, all kinds of special editions for games even, not even related to Club Nintendo. We were getting shafted on, like, that Wind Waker HD Ganondorf edition thing I have over there on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's really cool, but in the European version of that, they had the Ganon figure in like this really cool, like, I don't know if it was glass or plastic, but it was like in a little case, like a display case.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And that's what I thought I was getting when I pre-ordered in the US, because they didn't ever even show that the edition for us was like a little super duper like cheap plastic stand that doesn't even fit the Ganon figure on it. Like that is, it looks like a little a manhole cover. That's seriously what it is, and like that's what it stands on. It doesn't have any case around it or nothing. I don't know. It's kind of crappy. Well, I'm done ranting though. I don't want to rant too long. It just sucks.
Well, we did go see Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
last
so
night.
Here's where we're gonna split this off, kind of into the Avengers talk, where we'll just nothing's like held back.
Spoilers.
So if you don't want anything spoiled, I would pause this now. After you go see it, come back, and then you can resume listening. But so yeah, full spoilers ahead of this. giving you all the room to hit pause or stop and whatever. Okay.
Anyways,
yeah. So freaking Avengers 2, okay. We all saw it.
We went. It was. Well, I live in Orem, and they just barely finished building like a month and a half ago the new Megaplex IMAX theater.
Yeah.
And we went there. It was the first movie we saw there. It was a really nice place. You know, inside you have like
like leather seats or something. It was
you
like
can get
nice.
Well, you can get Pizza Hut inside. Like you can get little pizzas. It's expensive as crap in there, but you can get like hoagies and cheesesteak sandwiches and crap. But
yeah,
you know, it's all nice in there. And it was funny because we got there before you.
Me
and Jacob and Amberly, and we were waiting, and Amberly started freaking out. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" We're like, "What?" She's like, "Those are the Studio C people over there." And Studio C is the basically the SNL version of BYU. Like they do a comedy show that is actually on TV.
Yeah,
and they're actually pretty good. They're funny. And she started freaking out so bad because she saw somebody from TV, and she wouldn't go over there and talk to him because she was too nervous. She was gonna like freak out. So eventually I just got frustrated and I grabbed her hand and dragged her over there. And she kept trying to get away from me, but I grabbed her arms and literally just pushed her in front of the girl and just made her stand there, like right behind the girl. And she finally just went, "Excuse me, can we take a picture with you guys? I love you guys." And they were all nice about it. You know, I was like, "Oh yeah, this," you know. And so I took a picture on her dumb phone that I couldn't figure out how to use, and she's like, she started she tweeted about it, the picture, and then she put it on Facebook, and then she told like everybody in her contacts list about it, and she was like shaking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and like the whole crew was there though. They were all in the same theater as us, and it was really cool to meet them. They're really funny actually. For being BYU, they're really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met them, and then we went to the theater, and the theater was massive. It was
It was a
we went
to the Avengers 3D IMAX showing opening night, and it was really cool. I've never been to an IMAX theater. This is my first IMAX movie.
Oh man,
and that was freaking cool, dude.
You haven't lived.
It doesn't really matter where you sit in that theater. Then you're just like
it's
the
pretty
screens
good
everywhere.
Well, you haven't lived until you've seen Lion King 3D in IMAX.
Yeah.
So, but I saw that movie like 4 times, and but
I wish I would saw
the 3D glasses there are like Randy Savage size.
Savage, yeah. No,
3D glasses.
huge.
They fit over your normal spectacles, I guess, but.
They were freaking giant. I don't know. They're like
mine kept smudging up, like it was pissing me off. Drive me crazy.
Yeah,
but,
no. So yeah, we saw the 3D showing, and it was really good. So let's get to the actual movie parts.
The actual movie parts. Were really good. And
were awesome. Like, let's see. I don't know. We could probably just start with like the beginning. Like, so the beginning, they're like in the whatever,
Avengers
snow
Tower.
In the forest or whatever.
Oh, that's right. No, it starts there, yeah.
Attacking Hydra.
And they do the classic. They do the classic. Everybody's flying through the air screenshot of all of the.
Well, they had to get the same like moment from the first one when like they do the circular pan around all of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I knew there was probably going to be something. Like
I just thought it was funny.
But it was cool. They're all just like freaking killing everybody, and then all of a sudden they just eventually meet up, and they just like slow mo like pose like.
Well, that was the first scene.
Really cool.
That was the first thing you see too, where. It seems like they found a way to control the Hulk somewhat way where they can calm him down and get him back to normal. And I thought that was kind of interesting because I figured it would have taken way longer to figure that out.
I thought it was really cool, like that they kind of. I liked the way they were kind of dealing with the Hulk and like how they dealt with his anger and like just how they would like kind of figure out. Now they have kind of figured out ways to calm him down better and like how they kind of I don't know. I like how they have it like as a code green or whatever. And so like,
code green.
If they need the Hulk, they'll like have it be code green and they'll bring him in. But yeah, no, that was really cool. The whole opening scene, freaking getting to see Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, like that was awesome. They were both.
They didn't officially call him Quicksilver. And,
I don't know why they never actually said that in the movie
because Fox would have sued them.
No,
probably.
they can call him that. No, they totally call it.
Fox owns them.
No, they don't. The only thing they can't do is call them mutants. They can call them Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Oh, they never did anyway. But they did in the credits.
As far as I'm concerned, maybe I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure they can still call them that because even in the credits, their credit is that.
Yeah, well,
but they didn't say their names in the movie, which was a little odd. But I
was saying last night, I said Fox they might as well if I can freaking get that properly. They might as well just sell the rights to every comic thing they own to Disney Marvel, because they're never going to give it up, because they're going to hang on to that for as long as they can. But Disney and Marvel can take it to a whole new level.
Well, the way I see it, like, they don't even really need to. Like, even though I love them too, like, X-Men's done so well, and it's been getting better and better.
X-Men definitely has stepped it up.
It's like been doing better and better. I think,
but
I'm sure every movie like has made more and more money.
It doesn't matter though, because what we all really want is crossover.
Well, yeah,
that's the only reason that people want them to give it up, is just so they can.
The only one that's not really proven that they still have is Fantastic Four, and we'll find out if that ends up being like good enough and makes them enough money for them to.
I think that looks like a great movie, honestly.
Yeah, that's looking solid. We kind of talked about that last week and watched that trailer. I think that should end up being pretty good. But yeah, so it was cool. I really liked Scarlet Witch when they introduced her. That was really like the whole really creepy, like she's like kind of twitching around like behind Tony Stark. He's like
she does the weird
in the base, and she's like all like freaking going crazy. Like that was really really cool. I thought they handled her character really well. I like the way they're kind of going with that, and yeah, I don't know, like that whole movie was awesome. The action was great. The whole all the comedy bits like just hit dead on. Like like the timing was great on like everything.
I'm gonna say James Spader.
Oh right,
as the voice of Ultron was probably the best decision ever made. That was he did that totally worked. Fantastic. He did great. He has a really great villain voice. Yeah, and he pulled it off really well. And it was funny because Ultron, being a great character and really serious most of the time, you know, pretty scary dude, surprisingly comical. Yeah, like,
they had a lot of comedy bits with Ultron that I didn't expect whatsoever. Like from the trailer that we saw, like the initial teaser trailer, like you totally don't get a comedic vibe from him at all. And they don't even have any jokes with him in the trailers, but like in the movie, they're just like constantly. There was just a bunch.
Yeah, it was fun. Just one funny. After another.
I loved it. I thought it was really funny, like how he just would say just really funny lines, or just the way he kind of handled situations. It was really funny.
It was crazy too, because he has his robot body that steadily gets bigger throughout the movie, because he keeps building new versions of himself. Like during the movie, it gets bigger and bigger, and like it's crazy. Especially when he sticks his hand through his own head.
that was pretty crazy. Like all of a sudden he's just talking to Black Widow, and then all of a sudden he just freaking just rips through his old body. And
he's a program, so he's everywhere at once basically, and he just makes a point by destroying the robot and coming up as a new one right behind him.
That was cool. So what else? I don't know. I liked the storyline. I thought it was really good. I thought all the screen time for everybody was like dead on too. Like they got everyone plenty. Like it was really cool. Yeah. The whole like surprise Hawkeye storyline with his family and stuff was really cool. I didn't see that coming at all. That
added in a whole new.
That was really cool to see.
A whole new level there.
Yeah. See, he's got a family and it's been secret this whole time, and I don't know. It was really cool. And then the whole.
Nick Fury, he comes up in later in the movie. Yeah, I kind of
forgot about Nick Fury like the whole time.
Well, you kind of expected it, but then you're like, well, is he? Because he doesn't come in for a while.
Honestly, even going into the movie, I not once in my mind was I thinking Nick Fury anything, and it was like it caught me off guard once he showed up. I was like, oh yeah, he's part of these movies. Yeah, kind of forgot, but
one other thing
it was cool I thought was, when he showed up.
One other thing that I thought was kind of interesting was Black Widow and Bruce Banner having a love interest.
Yeah, Black Widow and the Bruce Banner
hide the zucchini love interest
and, that was one of my favorite lines of the whole movie.
But that was interesting, and like they're like, well, we just like find a way, you know, and it's like, well, I don't know, but I don't know.
Because I didn't really expect that at all either. I didn't think they were going to be kind of like
because Mark Ruffalo's old.
Well, I mean,
she's too hot.
She's too hot for Mark Ruffalo.
She's too hot for Mark Ruffalo.
You're just mad that he didn't tweet you back from like 4 weeks ago.
That jerk. He didn't tweet me back, but you know, I'll find him. But
well, all right.
Tell him how old he is.
No, that was not unexpected. There's a lot of just unexpectedness, but that's a lot of the reason that we didn't watch any of the trailers leading up to this, which was really nice.
The only trailer I saw was the trailer when it first
teaser trailer, the very first trailer.
When it first leaked. I watched it like 18 times.
Yeah.
And then they officially put it out. But
sorry if that was too loud. I'd probably be too lazy to edit that out.
Just deal with it.
Anyways,
bro, and but yeah, I honestly forgot.
Yeah,
what I was just
that teaser.
Teaser, yeah.
Yeah, we don't all four of us actually had only seen that teaser trailer, and then we all avoided any sort of trailer, anything.
Well, as you know, I hate watching
And,
trailers.
yeah,
I'll watch one and then I'm done because
we're all kind of the same way. Like, we'll watch like maybe the first one,
the whole movie for you in the trailers. So
movie trailers, especially nowadays, just are freaking awful for that. They just give all the good stuff away and stuff.
Well, I don't know about you, but seeing that Jurassic World trailer that they played before the movie, that was the first time I've seen that one.
Yeah, me too.
And that, I honestly think that looks like a great movie.
Oh,
and
yeah. I'm
watching the trailer in 3D was pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that was awesome, too. We gotta go see that 3D IMAX for sure.
Some 3D dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, so it was really cool, because doing that made, 99% of that movie just totally unexpected and made everything kind of have a bigger impact and stuff. All the story stuff was great. I liked one of the biggest wow moments I had was I didn't expect was when Ultron freaking lifts up a whole entire chunk of land out of the freaking earth.
I've done that before.
And it's just a massive I don't know, it was crazy. It's a whole city just comes out of the ground with he's raising it up and then he's trying to drop it back down on Earth as a giant meteor to destroy all of humanity.
Basically the dinosaur extinction theory, but on humanity.
Oh right, yeah.
But one thing that surprised me, I had no idea Andy Serkis was in this movie.
Oh, I knew that.
He just came up and I was like, "Whoa, is that?"
I remember hearing.
Andy?
Well, so there was a trailer. I forget how I figured this out because I didn't really watch any of the trailers, but I don't know. It was maybe just from podcasts I had listened to in the past. They were just kind of saying how he's in the movie, but no one ever knew his role at all. They were really quiet on that. There was a glimpse of him in one of the trailers or something for a second, and but yeah, they didn't give any details on anything, which was kind of cool because then when you find out he's part of the whole kind of Black Panther stuff.
That's one thing I'm really excited for because they go to Wakanda where that's where Black Panther's from, and
that was sweet.
Black Panther is actually. I didn't expect
them to go there.
If you've seen the animated Avengers movies, he's in that. He's in the second one. Yeah. Because the whole thing takes place in Wakanda and it's a big story and it's really good. And Black Panther is one of the coolest Marvel characters. Yeah. He's pretty cool and
yeah, Black Panther's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm really happy they're gonna make a movie for him because that should be awesome. And then they kind of gave a teaser on what the villain's going to be now because it's going to be Andy Serkis is going to be the villain for Black Panther now.
That's right. Doesn't he turn out to be that guy with the arm cannon? Because
he's got Ultron. That was another funny part. Yeah, Ultron rips his arm off, whatever. And he's
yeah.
I forget.
That was one of those. That was funny. That was one of those funny scenes where he's like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. It'll be okay."
Yeah,
and then he kicks him in the face and he rolls down the stairs. Yeah. It's well, that's not going to be fine. You just broke his face with your big metal foot. So
that was awesome.
But you don't really get the size of Ultron until he's literally standing next to people. He's 7 feet tall in that movie, and then he fights Iron Man for a while and.
Yeah, that was a cool fight with him, and then even the fight with Thor when it's him and Thor going at it.
Yeah,
and then him and Vision going at it. Oh man,
they definitely all of the Avengers. They definitely get their crap together, and they definitely use combos. With each other. They work as an actual team and do all these crazy moves and stuff together, and it's awesome to watch.
Okay, so we actually played this just shortly before recording. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Those games are awesome. Those are really good games. If you ever played those games, there's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. They're both really, really good. 2's even better than the first one, but and in 2 they actually add combo stuff, which was really awesome. And before any of these movies had even come out,
they actually did it in the first one.
Yeah. Well,
but they do use more new ones in this one. But
it was really cool. So the second Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, it's the storyline Civil War, which is really cool because that's where the movies are kind of headed for Captain America 3. But they have a lot of really cool combo moves where you can do this super. I don't know, whatever, like a super move with another character. So and it's different for every character. So you take like Spider-Man and Captain America, and like you do a combo move with them, like a super whatever, and they'll do like a specific thing that they team up and like will do something awesome. And one of the examples from the game that I loved, like it was my favorite move to do. I used to do it all the time. I always used to have Iron Man and Captain America as part of my team, because you could take 4 people through the levels and stuff. And I would always do their super move, because it was literally the one that they ended up using in the Avengers 1, where like Iron Man will just shoot his shield and then like lasers go everywhere, like start killing everything. And so when that actually, because I knew I had played that, and you know, I'd really loved that before the movie, and like so when that happened in the movie, dude, like that was one of like my most nerdiest freak out moments. It was like, oh, they did that awesome move. It was so cool.
Well,
and they did a bunch more in Avengers 2, which was cool, like with the Thor's hammer and Cap shield. That was cool. That was cool. Like a giant sound wave thing.
Yeah, one thing I did know was I knew the I knew the Vision was gonna show up in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't know how.
Right.
But the way they did it, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny how it turns out they use how do they do it? They use parts of like Jarvis's programming, and put it into the body, and he turns out to be what's his name? Paul Bettany or something? Bettany. Yeah. He plays the Vision, and he actually does really well, and we discovered that is yet another movie where he shows up naked in the first scene. And almost every movie he's in, he's naked. I think the only one that I thought of that I couldn't see him naked in was in Firewall with Harrison Ford. He wasn't to my knowledge, he wasn't naked in that. I haven't seen the deleted scenes or anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, he was naked in A Knight's Tale and the Da Vinci Code. I don't know about Priest. I didn't see that movie. It looked awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like every movie I've seen him in, he's naked.
No, that was cool. The way they introduced him, and then when he just shows up, and then he like gives himself his basically like his classic outfit he usually has, and then they get
seriously majestic cape.
Yeah, it was cool. And then like I didn't really expect the whole like I knew he had like the little whatever gem looking thing on his forehead, but I didn't realize that was gonna be the Mind Stone. Like they just like that's what they used to whatever
one of these
to
stones,
make trade him and stuff. That was awesome. Vision was sweet, and I was gonna say one of my favorite shots of the whole entire movie was when Thor, Vision, and Iron Man are all blasting Ultron to like finish him off. That was so cool. They didn't melting him. And
they didn't even kill him either. He still got up, but he was seriously.
But he was like basically done
damaged.
At that point. And so like it was awesome. Like that was a really cool shot they did. And then
they really did things big in this movie. They went big for everything. Like you know big scenes, I guess I want to say, because those fight scenes were really cool. The Hulkbuster versus the Hulk awesome. In whatever country they were in. That was
crazy.
That was some serious damage. It was good, and
it was funny. It was like super crazy action,
and it was funny because the Hulkbuster, the way he did it was it drops down from space. It's and flies in. It's cool because it's just a little module thing that flies around, follows around, and he's like, okay, I need this part, and it just has spare parts. Yeah,
spare parts.
He
awesome.
got a new arm, and he's like, give me a hand, and then like new arm flies in. It's like that's pretty dang awesome.
Yeah,
and it's crazy how they keep thinking of new things to do for Iron Man. It's like, are they?
Every movie has like another awesome like spin off of his outfit. Or whatever,
well, you can go anywhere with it. I mean, they're not even close to doing everything. I mean, you watched the animated Iron Man. It's really good. The one where he fights the Mandarin. Really good movie actually, and he has suits for everything in that movie. He's got suits for deep sea diving, space travel. He's got ones for going into volcanoes.
That's awesome.
For like everything. He's got a suit for everything, and it's just crazy.
That fight though was really really cool. Like. Just all the different parts, like the whole go to sleep bit. It was just like one of them. And the whole theater was just freaking like loud, like cracking up. Like that was awesome. And
every Avengers movie has to have one of those really funny scenes, and it always ends up being with the Hulk too. It seems like.
When the Hulk wakes him up in the Avengers 1, it's like screams out. He's like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Well, even that is like it's.
That was really good. But and then they finish it off, of course, by just destroying a giant skyscraper.
Yeah, well, it was half finished, and he goes, "Well, they could build another one," and he basically cage fights him and just throws him down as hard as
he's like through like 50 floors or something like that, just
oh yeah, destroyed the whole building. And
that was nuts.
It's crazy though, because that was the part where you see the Hulk as the Hulk. He realizes, because that was a scene when Scarlet Witch kind of controls everybody's mind and makes him go kind of crazy. Yeah, that's why he was just going nuts, and he comes out of it and finally just like looks around. He's like, what am I doing? And like, he's basically destroyed the whole freaking town. And, you know, and that was another thing at the end. He leaves. He disappears. He ends up on
the jets or whatever.
He ends up on a stealth plane, and they can't track him, and he ends up just taking off and disappears.
So I was listening to the Comics Conspiracy, and they were talking about the movie and stuff, and they actually kind of brought up something I was like, thought was kind of interesting. Like, will we not see the Hulk like at all? Maybe even until Avengers 3 like Part 2.
Yeah,
like because he might be gone for a while. I now I think about it, like he might be going away, and like you might not see him till like Avengers 4 or whatever. Like that's, you know, the second part of Avengers 3. So I wonder if they're actually gonna like do that, or if they're gonna what they're gonna do. But so getting to the end now, I really liked the way they ended it with the kind of like new Avengers kind of thing, where it's got like, what is it, Hawk
is there, Scarlet Witch is there,
Falcon. Sorry, that's
Falcon's there, Scarlet Witch is there,
Falcon's there, Scarlet Witch,
Captain America, Black Widow,
War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine.
I
think that was it.
Yeah, so it's like everyone else kind of taking a break.
Was Hawkeye there too?
Or I don't know if Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye kind of was done. It
go back to the farm, but
yeah. But I like kind of I like the idea like that of. I'm wondering if that means. I wonder if that's more tying, like the way they ended it is more tying into actual Cap 3, or if that's actually going to turn into how Avengers 3 is going to start, where. Like, and this would be cool. I mean, I don't know if this is what they're doing, which it actually kind of is already, because they do have a lot of people that are going to be in Cap 3. But if, like, from here on out, most movies, or a bunch of them at least, even before Avengers 3, are going to be, like, Avengers movies, because they're going to have so many of the characters now in each of the movies, you know? So Cap 3 already confirmed, like, has Cap, Iron Man, Spidey, and Black Panther was going to be the third main dude in that, but I'm sure he'll still be in there. I don't think they'll write him out completely. I'm sure he'll still show up, hopefully. Yeah. I hope he does. But yeah, so that's 4 main hits. And then I think I did hear Black Widow's coming back, and I think even Hawkeye might even be in. So, you know, that's 6 people right there. That's already another Avengers movie. Like, that's the next Black Ant-Man, that's the next Marvel movie.
This is Will Wheaton's last movie, though, I think. Not Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Joss Whedon.
That's his last, as
Will Wheaton can direct it, I guess.
He did the first 2 Avengers, but and then from here on out, for the Avengers at least, what's his I think they're the Russo brothers or whatever, who directed Cap 2. Are going to be taking over. Yeah. So that's fine. I mean, you know what's going to be hands with them, because Cap 2 is like insane. But I guess before wrapping up, maybe we can let's do. I was gonna do this with everybody, but everyone's not here. But we'll just do it with us. What is your top? What would you say is your top 3 of all the Marvel movies now? There's 11 of them now. What would you say maybe is your top 3
out of any Marvel
after
movie?
seeing Avengers 2 now?
I don't know. I still want to say the first Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy was really great. Yeah. And I don't know. That's a hard decision, I guess, because each one is better than the next.
And that's the thing is like, it's like
they top it every time.
Like you can rank your top 3, but at the same time, you know, like all of them are so good. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like there's not. I mean, at least for us, we like pretty much love all of them. So it's kind of like just. Like, even though if you say like if you don't include one in your top 3, like, it doesn't mean like you don't like it, because they're all so good. But
I honestly don't think I could choose between
really
them. They're all good. Can. They're all great.
I mean, I love them all, but like I think so. For me, I'll go like I think
I want to say Days of Future Past, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Avengers. Because
you can throw in the other ones too. That's how it works.
Well, it's a Marvel movie.
Well, yeah. I guess I was specifically meaning the ones that are actually tied together, but no, that's fine too. Like,
well, I want to say.
So if you include those, yeah, Days of Future Past is awesome.
I want to say X-Men is my favorite comic books to read. I love X-Men comics.
They're
so good. They're probably they're my favorite ones to read is X-Men.
The only ones I've read was the Dark Phoenix Saga comics, but like that was really good. But yeah, so yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's still really fresh, but I really kind of think I might have to put Avengers 2 at the very top. Just because, like, I don't know. I felt like that was just, like, so dead on. Like, the way they were able to just kind of... They already have everything set up to where, like, you know, everyone knows each other at this point pretty much. You know, like, they have a lot more kind of just back and forth between a bunch of them, and it's really funny. Then, like, all the action. The action is probably the top... action of any Marvel movie and almost any superhero movie and almost any action movie I've ever seen. Like,
well, it's crazy too because they added the factor in. Would you kill one to save 1,000? Because that part, the scene when they have half of that city lifted, it's going farther and farther up, and it's eventually going to come down, and they had to evacuate the rock and people below. Otherwise, that rock would drop and destroy everything. And they're like, even from this height, it would still kill thousands
and then
of people.
It's like, you don't know if Thor's going to make it out of there. I mean, you know Thor's going to make it out of there because there's a Thor 3.
right.
But he like has to go down there.
Well, they were trying to figure it out, and they're like,
have to go down there and kind of like destroy it.
And they were thinking like, there's no way we could destroy it. We just have to drop it, and we're just going to have to blow it up basically. And there's no way to get these people off in time. We're all going to die with it. And that at that point, of course, Nick Fury shows up with however the crap he got a
helicarrier.
Yeah, a helicarrier, and he's like, well, get these people off. Yeah. I'm coming in the same day. And then it's like, well, all right. And then they had to actually like think about that decision. Should we literally just kill all these people to save basically the whole world? Yeah. And that was like a serious dilemma for them. And
that was cool. I was like, nuts. And then... Yeah, so I think I don't know, because Guardians was my top out of every other Marvel movie, just like because it's so good. Like Guardians is so freaking good.
Guardians is way good.
But I think that might be second now to Avengers 2. I like as of right now, at least that's how I feel. So I think it goes Avengers 2, then Guardians, and then probably the first Iron Man. So that's like I think my top 3.
Yeah, I did love Stan Lee's cameo in that movie too in the Avengers, and he plays the drunken war veteran. Yeah, he says he does his Excelsior, and
that was really funny. Good. I always enjoy the Stan Lee cameos.
He had more than one line in this movie too.
Yeah, and it was like,
well, I guess Big Hero 6, but this one.
That was awesome that they included him in that one too.
Yeah, well, it's a Marvel movie.
Well, yeah.
It's a Marvel
I just
comic.
didn't know if they did, where it's animated, I don't know if they'd even go that far, but they totally did.
Yeah.
It was cool.
The whole extra scene. That was one other thing. They weren't kidding. There's literally nothing at the end of the movie, but there's a little after shot, like 30 seconds into the credits, when Thanos,
we should talk about that a little bit.
He has the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. There's no stones in it, but he's like he basically just says, well, looks like I'm gonna have to do this myself, and he puts on the gauntlet. And you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, like
that's not good. Things are gonna get serious.
Yeah, because obviously we all know where this is headed. It's going to the Infinity Gauntlet. They've named the movies as much.
If you haven't figured that out by now, then you're stupid.
But yeah, no, the actually getting to see him put on the gauntlet and just like kind of
it was a little scary.
Start what's gonna be one of the coolest movies ever, with Avengers 3, that was just cool to see. Because I've read I own and I've read the entirety of the Infinity Gauntlet, and I lent it to Mckay, and he's started reading it. And if you haven't read that storyline in the comics, it's really good. I totally recommend reading that book. Just going on Amazon, it's like $10. You can pick up so many trades on Amazon or whatever, or even your local comic book shop. It'll be a little more there, but the trade for the Infinity Gauntlet is so good. It's really, really cool storyline from start to finish. It starts out crazily, and the way they end up having to deal with Thanos after he's gotten all the gems and the Infinity Gauntlet is really cool. Like the way they kind of have to figure out what they have to do in order to stop him, because it's pretty much literally impossible to stop him once he's got all the gems and stuff. And so it's cool. That's a good storyline, and so I'm super excited to eventually get to see that on the on the screen because yeah, seeing that little short teaser at the end was really really cool. Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah. So we'll probably just bring this to a close now. Yeah, Avengers 2 is awesome. In conclusion, it'll go see it. If you, well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it if you were listening to this, anyways. You probably would turn it off if you hadn't yet. But yeah, so Avengers 2, really good. Super excited for every Marvel movie coming up, and for every DC movie coming up, for that matter, because that should be cool. Hopefully, they can nail it just like Marvel is, and that would be awesome if we have DC and Marvel just having like super crazy movies one after another. You know, like, yeah. It's insane. So. Oh my gosh, you know, almost before I forget to tell you what happened at the gas station earlier. Oh yeah. And I had a line of people behind me. Mm-hmm. But it's funny because I was getting gas and I was only going to put $20 in. Okay. And I had $20 in there, and the pump was acting weird. It wouldn't work, you know. So I kept like pushing buttons trying to get it to work. And finally started working, and I went to clean my windshield off, and it stopped. You know, automatically stops. And I look over and it went to $28. I was like, okay, that's weird. I only put $20 in here. Yeah. And, you know, so I was like, whatever, I'll just fill up the whole tank. But then, you know, I went back inside, of course, to tell him, you know, I'm not a jerk. And so I went inside, and there's two people in front of me. And the lady, she looks at me, she's like, oh, like, okay. You know, she looks at me, and I'm like, okay. Whatever, she must have known what was going on. But then all of a sudden, she slides, like, $50 and, like, a receipt towards me and goes, here's your change. And I was like, what? What? And I was like, nope, that's not right. And she's like, aren't you the one that handed me like $100? And I'm like, no, I handed you $20. But I you know, I waited my turn through the line or whatever, and I got up there. I told her what was happening. She's like, oh, yeah, I saw that. It was like being weird. I was trying to fix it, but it like wouldn't work or whatever. She's like, are you sure you're not the one that handed me $100? And I was like, no, you know, and there's a line of people behind me, and I was like, you can give me that change if you want, you know. And some of the guys behind me were laughing, but I was like, yeah, I apparently owe you more money now for some reason. And I accidentally filled up my entire gas tank, but it was only like, it was like $8 more. She's like, I really appreciate you being honest about it. And I was like, well, I'm not a dill hole, so you know, not today, but you know, not today. Yeah, it was just kind of funny, and I was like, all right, okay, that's whatever. Yeah, that's crazy. But I don't know how the frick that happened. I don't know. I could have walked away with $50 and $8 worth of free gas though. So too bad you're an honest person. Yeah, jeez. Could have bought crazy. Some more burritos. Yeah. Freaking trash burritos. Now, so that'll do it. Twitters. You can follow the podcast Twitter at hot_podcast. You can follow me on my Twitter at Brennon_Muniz. I'm still not nailing this. This is taking me like I have to delay it. It's difficult. I don't know. I don't know why I can't nail this. Hopefully sooner or later I can just flow right through it. But anyway, so McKay, you have a Twitter at McKay Writing. Yes. Jacob and Amberly, who are not here, you can follow them at J&A Warner. It's all spelled out. Yeah, you can go see Amberly's tweet about Studio C. She's freaking out. Yeah, she was geeking out like crazy. And oh yeah, I keep forgetting to mention this every week. We still have yet to get any questions because there definitely isn't that many people listening yet. Hopefully, maybe we get more. You know, who knows? But just a reminder, yeah, email us a question if you got one, or you know, you can email us a little topic or you know whatever else. And we will read it on the show. And if you do that, chances are you'll actually get on the show because we have nobody sending anything. So if you want to email us, our email is heroesoftimepodcast@gmail.com. What? Is it that I have to keep thinking about it? You need to write it down or something because it obviously takes you a second to figure it out. I just need to I don't know. Yeah, so I think that is all we have. Follow us on SoundCloud at Heroes of Time Podcast, and then subscribe to us on YouTube on the YouTube channel chumpgamers. I think that's all the plugs we got. Okay, final note. Oh man, nailed it.